I got a text last night about Jay Briscoe's accident,
Ugh.
and I didn't see it anywhere. So I was like, maybe this is wrong. But within an hour, it came up, and so I just wanted to take a moment to anyone that I know that I never met Jay Briscoe, but anyone that I spoke to, both brothers actually, they always said great things about them. They seem to be universally liked in the business, just from people talking to me. Kev, did you have anything to say?
I met him. I met him one time. I want to think it was at Winston Salem at WrestleCade thing, and I seen a couple tapes and some YouTube stuff, and I thought that they were related to like the Briscoes, like Jerry and them, and so I thought maybe, but it was like fuck, they're too young to be to be Jerry's kids or anything. But I just walked over and I just wanted to introduce myself because I thought they had a great look. They had a great look, and I don't know. I'm glad I did, and it's weird, man. Sometimes there's a room full of guys that are on the independent scene, and these two guys stick out, and you walk over and say, "Hey, man, how you doing?" And yeah, like if you told me that they were rappers, if you told me that they were BMX guys, if you told me they have that look, they just have that money look. They've got that 2022 look.
Yeah.
Now 2023.
No, they're actually still a little bald. They look 22 to me. 2022. They'll eventually get up to, well, not both, but
Yeah.
But anyway, so of course Jay passed. His daughters were in the car. One was in surgery last night. Again, we're a little behind the. You'll be hearing this a few days after. So the girls survived, and one was being operated on. The other driver, though, passed away. Those fucking roads. Do you have a picture of that? You know firsthand from driving all over the place that when you have no median.
Dude, I drive up and down this beach road, and there's, like, especially down where I live.
Yeah.
Like when I leave here tonight, and the fog comes out, and the visibility. That's what I travel on. The only difference is we've got that palmetto and all this other shit, Spanish bayonet, everything else. So it's like you can't see anything but the road. And then we also live, and I'm not saying in any way that it takes away from that shit road there. But you know what, man? All it takes is somebody to there was a thing on the news the other day, and this woman was, I want to think it was at the University of Iowa, has this machine, and what they're trying to do is show people like how long, and what they're doing now is, because every car's got that giant touch screen, and the guy said punch in, and he gave her an address, and so it's simulated like you're in traffic. By the time she punched like 3 of the numbers in on the address, she had already wandered like half a tire into that lane. And she's going in 3 lanes of traffic. This isn't bumper. This isn't, head-on situation. And it's like, I just beg people, and anybody that has ever traveled with me knows that we will not leave wherever we're at if I'm at the wheel if everyone in the car does not have their seatbelt on. And that's just a rule. And people will always come up with this, yeah, but there was this one time where the guy went off the Delaware Gap Bridge, and they say that if he would have had his seatbelt on, they would have never, like, okay, that one time.
Yeah, the odds are still great.
Every other thing, you die because you get thrown from the vehicle, or you die because you go. It's just like your dome is, and on top of that, that restraining system is there to restrain you. Have you ever seen some of those pictures where the guy's got his feet up on the dash and they get in a wreck and that bag blows and that bag just takes the guy's legs and bends them backwards over his head? I mean, those airbags aren't to fuck with. And the system is you have a restraint belt that puts you this far, and then that thing comes. If you're coming, at 500 miles an hour inside of that vehicle and catching that bag could break your neck.
Mm-hmm.
And then people would always say, "Well, I'm in the back seat." I'm like, "Yeah, you're in the back seat. You're going to come at me with the force," and this is the truth, the force of a rhino. Your fucking skull's going to bash off the back of mine, and you're going to kill me because you think you're safe in the back seat. Put your fucking seatbelt on. Mm-hmm. And I don't think he had his seatbelt on.
Reports are that he didn't. I don't want to
and
be
it's
the
just
bearer of false information, but right now the reports are that he did not.
And it's one of those things, man. It's just like that. People will have to deal with that the same as I have to deal with the fact that my son, drank alcohol and it affected his body. And it's like, we're all going to go, at some time. I promise you, and I promise everybody that's watching and listening, this motherfucker ain't doing a job until the man upstairs tells me, "Dude, I booked you, and I'll kick out on 2.5 if I get a chance." So don't think I'm going to fucking do a clean job when I ain't even on the card. I promise you. And that's about as wrestling as we're going to get tonight.
I was going to say that was a very cornet way to say you're not going to kill yourself.
Nobody loves him some Kevin Nash quite like Kevin Nash.
Pasquale Maggiore, when it comes to podcasts and other media, how much behind-the-scenes information is too much information? And is it too late to put the toothpaste back in the tube? Well, yeah, I mean, God, we know everything right away. We know every behind-the-scenes, every locker room incident that happens. We're debating on the sheets. Well, this is Ask Nash. This isn't Ask Sean. Go ahead.
Well,
Do we know too much?
I mean, I think that we keep something. We keep our cards at times. Like a lot of people don't know, and I'm just going to go ahead and say this, but WWE was sold to the Saudis, and then was bought back. Crazy, not known, but happened.
2-day deal. It happened, and then resale.
Vince made $1.6 billion on the sale. So you go figure that out.
In oil. How about in the house? Anyone have a question in the house?